Welcome to the 2023 Banyule Youth Summit. This summit is brought to you by the Banyule Council with support from the Victorian Government through the Engage grant. Young people from across Banyule are here today to tell the council what matters to them. In the lead up of the summit, the council's youth team visited the schools to find out what topics matter most to them. Now that they're here, they'll get a chance to have a great discussion and propose recommendations to the council. Let's go meet a few.
So my topic today is climate change, and it's very important to me because we only have one Earth and we can't just change planets and change homes.
So my topic is mental health, and it's important to me because I think some people can be quite closed off and don't really want to talk about anything.
My topic is the LGBTQIA community, and it's so important to me because it's my community. It's where I feel belonged, it's where I can express myself, where I can see others express themselves.
What we're talking about today is body image, and I'm really hoping that by talking about that we can just really help everyone around our community.
We'll be discussing youth voice on this table, and it's important to me because I think that youth and student, but also youth generally, voice and input in community and government is very important.
Today I hope to get out of a good conversation and be an advocate for young people.
There is no limit to the love or the kindness that we can show other people. And I do believe this will become a much safer and brighter country for us all as we start to embrace our different cultures and differences in general. And so with that being said, I'd like to conclude the formal welcome to country in my native Woiwurrung language. Warranjeri, Womanjika, Mbalu, Kieme, Akundibik, Womanjika Balo, Womanjika Kiddips, which means you are most welcome to the land of Warranjeri people today. Welcome people, welcome friends.
Today you'll have the chance to talk to people from other schools who feel just as passionate about the chosen topics that you've chosen. You'll all bring different experiences to the conversation, and we hope to hear some constructive debate while you learn from each other and ultimately create some ideas on how to address the topic.
Events like today is a fantastic opportunity to work together to ensure that youth voices are heard at all levels of government. This Youth Summit provides insights to the lived experience and the knowledge of young people living in Banyule. It's an opportunity to empower and amplify your voices, and most importantly, provide opportunities for you to advocate the issues that really matter to you.
Eventually, when young kids are sitting in your barber chair, always talking about the problems that they're going through and things of the sort, you can relate. We just decided that we wanted to be the change that is created in that community.
The more that we're out in communities and the more that we're working in communities, the more we understand about them. And we do collect your stories. They stay with us and we carry them. They seep into the decisions that we make.
So if we could stand side by side, shoulder to shoulder, hand in hand, I promise you our journey towards reconciliation will be a lot quicker, and we can walk side by side our First Nations people.
There is a lot of negativity surrounding the issue of climate change, and it's tending to overwhelm us with huge statistics and inciting fear in all of us. I know I've definitely felt it myself, and a lot of my friends have told me they feel the same way. So climate anxiety is definitely an issue which we think is a big one we need to address.
And we got talking about the impacts that COVID had on our young people's mental health. We've noticed that our ability to comment on socially has been negatively affected.
So one of the key things we focused on were safe spaces within the community, and looking at ways to address not only people feeling unsafe, but also people feeling like they're not actively being supported, because there's a difference between welcoming and celebrating, and building allyship amongst schools, sporting, entertainment industries.
If there's a group of activities, you would usually want to include everyone in, because not everyone's lucky enough to be a part of something.
Our vision was more support for people with a disability, and also what young people want, and also for people with disabilities to feel more included in our community and more social events.
We want a Banyule community where there are no stereotypes and divides between genders at all, and where all young people are educated on gender equality. We want to eliminate the toxic triangle of gender inequality, gender discrimination, and gender stereotypes that affect young people so much.
We thought that masculinity could be both healthy in a positive or toxic in a negative way, and stereotypes play a huge role in determining whether they are positive or negative. Young men can sometimes feel isolated or worthless if they aren't meeting the expectations of a man. We needed to normalise men talking about their emotions, not just to a stranger, but to their friends or family.
What would we like to happen is elimination of racism, awareness of my community, additional prayer rooms in schools, teachers treating students the same, more opportunities for young Australian Somali women, and more representation in men-dominated fields.
Our vision is to create the same opportunities for young Somalis. This can be done through targeted ongoing support programs, which will hopefully create a safe space for Somali youth within our Banyule community.
We believe that there is a lack of understanding about all the different experiences that fall under the neurodivergent umbrella, and that can lead to some really serious stigma and negative profiling. Our vision is to see people be more educated and to reduce the separation of neurodivergent people in schools and communities based off stereotypes.
The abuse of drugs, specifically alcohol, nicotine and weed, is a persisting cultural issue amongst young Australians, and we believe that better education is needed to improve harm minimisation, emphasising addiction as a mental health issue and encouraging safe use of such things.
We found that a lack of awareness, education and sensitivity is these things that really impacted how we lived our lives when we were kids and what really made up our self-identity and our confidence as children.
Yeah, and our vision is for culturally and linguistically diverse young people to feel included in their community. And we hope to achieve this by raising awareness and educating people from a young age to, respect and embrace other people's identities, which, ultimately would lead to young people embracing their own and others' cultures.
Our vision is for young people to feel comfortable, loved and safe. We want young people to not be defined by their appearance. We want to positively change how other young people, families, teachers and ourselves feel about our body image.
Listening to young people allows us to feel that we're being supported and acknowledged. Young people know and understand what they need, hence we need to have a seat at the table.